Hello and welcome to Kuma English Listening Hub. Today you will listen to a story called A Day in the Life of a Digital Nomad. This listening is for B1 learners, so do not worry if you do not understand every word. Just relax, listen, and enjoy the story. First, what is a digital nomad? A digital nomad is a person who works online and can travel at the same time. They do not need to go to an office. They only need a laptop, a phone, and a good internet connection. In this episode, you will follow one digital nomad during one normal workday. You will hear about where he lives, how he works, what problems he has, and why this lifestyle is not always easy. Now let's start. Morning in Lisbon. Our story is about Alex. Alex is 29 years old. He is from Canada, but right now he lives in Lisbon, the capital city of Portugal. Lisbon is a popular place for digital nomads. The weather is usually sunny, the ocean is close, and the cost of living is not too high. Alex lives in a small apartment in an old, colorful street. The buildings are yellow, pink, and blue. The street is narrow, and sometimes a small tram passes by with a loud sound. It is 7:30 inches the morning. Alex wakes up when the sun shines through the thin white curtains. He stretches his arms and legs and says quietly, "Good morning, Lisbon." He does not need to hurry. He does not have a train to catch or an office to go to. But he still likes to start his day early. He makes a cup of coffee in the tiny kitchen. The smell of fresh coffee fills the room. He opens the window and feels the cool air from the ocean. He hears people walking on the street and a dog barking in the distance. While he drinks his coffee, Alex checks the time on his phone. In Lisbon, it is 7:45. In Toronto, his hometown in Canada, it is 3:45 inches the morning. His clients are still sleeping. Planning the day, Alex opens his laptop and looks at his digital calendar. He works as a web designer. He creates and designs websites for small businesses like online shops, restaurants, and yoga studios. Today, he has 3 main tasks. 1. Finish the homepage for a new client, a bakery in France. 2. Have a video call with a client in the United States. 3. Go to a co-working space to meet other digital nomads. Alex likes to plan his day because it helps him stay focused. He writes a simple to-do list on a piece of paper. 8:10:30. Work on bakery website 10:30:11. 00. Break and walk 11:12:30. Continue work and send first design 13:00:14. 00. Lunch with friends at co-working space 15:16. 00. Video call with US client 16:18. 00. Emails and small tasks. He looks at the list and smiles. Looks like a good day, he says. Deep work at home. At 8, Alex sits at his small wooden desk by the window. He closes all social media apps on his phone. He turns off notifications so nothing can interrupt him. He opens the design program on his laptop and starts working on the bakery website. He chooses soft colors like cream and light brown because they make people think about bread and cakes. He looks at photos of croissants, baguettes, and beautiful cakes that the bakery owner sent him. He places the photos carefully on the page. He writes short, simple text for the website. For example, on the top of the home page, he writes, "Fresh bread every morning, made with love in the heart of Paris." 2 hours pass very quickly. Sometimes Alex stops and looks outside. He sees tourists walking, taking photos, and riding electric scooters. He smiles, but he continues to work. He knows that if he finishes his work early, he will have more free time in the evening. At 10:30, he saves his work and closes his laptop. Time for a break, he thinks. A short walk and local life, Alex puts on his sneakers and goes outside. The morning air is fresh and the sun feels warm on his face. He walks down the hill through the quiet streets until he reaches a small square. In the middle of the square, there is a fountain and some orange trees. He sees older men drinking coffee, reading newspapers, and talking loudly in Portuguese. He hears the sound of dishes and cups from the cafe. A woman laughs. A bicycle bell rings. Alex likes this part of his day because he feels the local life around him. He orders a small Portuguese coffee, called a bica, and a sweet pastry called pastel de nata. He practices a little Portuguese with the waiter. Bom dia, he says. Cafe, pastel de nata, por favor. The waiter smiles and answers quickly in Portuguese. Alex does not understand everything, but he understands enough. He thinks. Being a digital nomad is not only about work, it is also about learning new cultures and languages. After his short break, he walks back to his apartment, sending work to the client. At 11, Alex is back at his desk. He looks again at the bakery website and makes some small changes. He checks the colors, the text, and the positions of the pictures. Finally, he feels happy with the design. He writes an email to his client, Marie, the bakery owner. He writes, "Hi, Marie. I hope you are well. Here's the first version of your homepage. Please have a look and tell me your opinion. I can change any part you do not like. Best wishes, Alex." He attaches the link and clicks send. He feels a little nervous. He always feels this way when he sends first designs to clients. He wants them to be happy, but he also knows that feedback is important. Clients may ask for changes, and that is normal. Going to the co-working space. At 12, Alex closes his laptop and gets ready to leave. He will spend the afternoon at a co-working space. A co-working space is a place where many people work together in one big room. They do not work for the same company, but they share the space, the tables, the internet connection, and sometimes coffee or snacks. Alex likes co-working spaces because he can meet other remote workers from different countries. He takes a tram to the co-working space. On the way, he watches the city through the window. He sees the blue river, the red bridge, and seagulls flying above. After 20 minutes, he arrives at a modern building with big glass windows. Inside, the co-working space is bright and quiet. There are long tables, comfortable chairs, and small plants everywhere. Some people are talking softly. Others are focused on their screens. Lunch and new friends. At 13, Alex meets two friends in the small kitchen area of the co-working space. One friend is Yuki from Japan. She is a digital marketing specialist. The other friend is Carlos from Brazil. He is a video editor. They each bring some food. Alex has a simple sandwich. Yuki has sushi from a supermarket. Carlos has rice, beans, and chicken in a box. They sit at a table and start to talk. Yuki says, "I had a client call this morning. They want more followers on social media, but they don't want to create better content. It is difficult." Carlos laughs and says, "I know. People want fast results without good work." Alex nods. "My bakery client is very friendly, but I'm still waiting for her feedback. I hope she likes the design." They talk about their projects, their clients, and their plans for travel. Yuki wants to go to Italy next month. Carlos is thinking about moving to Thailand for a few months. Alex is not sure where he will go next. Maybe Spain, maybe Greece. They all agree that digital nomad life is exciting, but also uncertain. Sometimes, they do not know where they will be in 6 months. Challenges of being a digital nomad. After lunch, at around 14, Alex finds a free desk in a quiet corner. He opens his laptop again and checks his email. There is a new message from Marie, the bakery owner. He feels a small jump in his heart. He clicks on the email and reads, "Hi, Alex. Thank you for the design. I like the colors in the photos. It looks very friendly. I only have 2 small requests. 1, can we make the main title a little bigger? R2, can we add our opening hours on the homepage? Thank you again, Marie." Alex feels relieved. Only 2 small changes. That is good news, he thinks. He quickly answers, "Hi, Marie. Thank you for your feedback. Yes, I will make the title bigger and add the opening hours. I will send you the new version tomorrow. Best, Alex." He smiles and leans back in his chair. Then he opens a notebook and writes a few thoughts about his life as a digital nomad. He writes, "Good things. Freedom to choose where I live. Chance to meet people from many countries. Ability to work when I am most productive. I can see new cultures, food, and languages, difficult things. Sometimes I feel lonely. It is hard to be far from family and old friends. Internet problems can stop my work. I must organize my own time and money. He looks at the list and nods. Yes, digital nomad life is not like a holiday. It is real life, with real problems. Sometimes he works late at night because of time differences with clients. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is slow in a cafe and he feels stressed. Sometimes he misses family birthdays and big events at home. But he also remembers that in a normal office job, he was often bored and tired. He prefers this life, even with the challenges. Afternoon video call. At 15, Alex prepares for his video call with a client in the United States. He checks his camera and microphone. He makes sure the background is clean and simple. He puts on headphones to hear better. The client, Emma, appears on the screen. Hi, Alex. How are you? She asks. I'm good, thanks. How are you? He answers. They talk about a new project, a website for a small online clothing store. Emma explains what she wants. I want the website to look modern and easy to use. Our customers are mostly young adults. They use phones a lot, so the mobile version is very important. Alex listens carefully and takes notes. He asks questions to understand the project better. Do you have brand colors already? Do you prefer more photos or more text? Do you want a blog section in the future? The call lasts about 4 or 5 minutes. At the end, Emma says, Thank you, Alex. I feel confident about this project. Alex smiles. Thank you, Emma. I will send you a first design in 1 week. When the call finishes, Alex feels tired but also happy. He enjoys talking to clients and helping them show their ideas on the internet. Late afternoon focus. After the call, around 16, Alex takes a short break. He fills his water bottle and walks around the co-working space. He sees other people still working hard. Some are speaking softly in Spanish, some in German, some in English. He thinks, there are so many stories in this room, so many lives, all connected by the internet. He sits down again and checks his to-do list. He still has some small tasks. Answer emails, send an invoice to a client, back up his files to the cloud. He finishes these one by one. At 17:30, he closes his laptop. His work for the day is done. Evening by the river, Alex leaves the co-working space and walks toward the river. The sun is going down, and the sky is orange and pink. He sits on a bench and watches the water move slowly. Some people are running, others are riding bikes. A group of friends is playing music and singing. Alex takes a deep breath. He thinks about his family in Canada. He misses them, but he knows he can call them later. He also thinks about his next destination. Maybe he will stay in Lisbon for a few more months. Maybe he will go to another country. Being a digital nomad means he can choose, but it also means he must make many decisions. He looks at his phone and checks his bank account. He must always think about money, because he does not have a fixed monthly salary. Sometimes he has many projects, and sometimes he has fewer. He needs to save for the future and for emergencies. He smiles to himself and says quietly, This life is not perfect, but it is my life, and I like it. Reflection on digital nomad life. As the evening becomes darker, Alex walks back home. He passes small restaurants with tables outside. He smells grilled fish, garlic, and fresh bread. He hears people speaking many languages. He feels grateful. At home, he cooks a simple dinner, pasta with vegetables. Later, he calls his sister in Canada. They talk about their days, their plans, and their parents. His sister says, You are lucky. You work from beautiful places. Alex answers, Yes, I am lucky, but I also work hard to keep this lifestyle. Before going to bed, he prepares a short plan for tomorrow. He writes in his notebook, Tomorrow, finish bakery changes, start clothing store project, Portuguese class in the evening. He turns off the light and lies in bed. Outside, he can still hear the city. A car passes. Someone laughs. A dog barks again. He closes his eyes and thinks, Where will I be in 1 year? I don't know, but I am excited to find out. And with that thought, he slowly falls asleep. Conclusion. You have just listened to A Day in the Life of a Digital Nomad. In this story, you learned about Alex, a web designer who works online and travels. You heard about his morning routine in Lisbon, his work tasks, his time in a co-working space, his feelings about this lifestyle, and his evening by the river. You also heard about the good sides and the difficult sides of being a digital nomad. Now, think about your own life. Would you like to be a digital nomad in the future? Why or why not? You can listen to this audio again to improve your understanding. Try to answer these questions in your mind or say them aloud. 1. Where does Alex live now? 2. What is his job? 3. What are 2 good things about his lifestyle? 4. What are 2 difficult things for him? 5. Where does he go to work in the afternoon? Thank you for listening with Kuma English Listening Hub. See you next time.